Okay, so continuing with this question, the test has asked us to use a formula to display the words target met if this has been achieved, or improvement required if this has not been achieved. Now, you need to use what's called an if formula for this question. So I'm going to talk you through the if formula. Now, it is a fairly complex formula. If you don't use Excel, you might need to rewind, pause the video, do whatever you need to just to grasp the concept of how to use an if formula. So if we go back to the spreadsheet, what we did earlier is we worked out the difference between 2009-10 data to the 2008-9 data. So we've worked out the difference here. Now what the test has just asked us was to show if this is a greater response, a greater increase of 5% or less than increase of 5%. So what we do is start the formula with equals, then I'm going to type in if, and then I'm going to open bracket. Okay, what you can see now then is that it's given us some steps to follow, I guess. Now these are really useful. It shows you exactly what to put in each section, and it shows you that you need to separate each section with a comma. So there's 3 sections in total to complete with this formula. So the first section is what's called the logical test. So the logical test is finding out if this cell is greater than or less than 5%, which is denoted by 0.05. So equals if this cell is greater than 0.05. Simple as that. That's our logical test. We're trying to find out if this is greater than 0.05. So what you can see in the next step to this process is to put a comma in. So we're going to put a comma and the value if true. So if this is greater, then the test wanted us to show target met. We've met our target, the difference is greater than 5% and we're improving. Okay, so we put target met in there, and because it's a text value, what we've done is we put it in speech marks. So if you're inputting text into this section, value if true, then put it as speech marks. Okay, so we've completed this section, and now what we're going to do is separate this section with a comma. So we're going to put a comma in, and then it's flipped to value if false. So if this isn't correct, this logical test, what do we want it to show? Well, the test has to show improvement required. So open your speech mark, improvement required, and close your speech mark. Okay, and then what you can see at the end is that it's put a bracket at the end, and we're going to click enter. So what we found then is that actually the difference here isn't greater than 5%, it's less than, so there's still some improvement required. The same as what we did for difference, you don't then need to do this for each individual cell. You can click on this one, and then as soon as you get the black crosshead in the corner is to click, drag it down and release. And what you can see is then it's found out whether it's greater than or less than 0.05, and it's put some words in there for us to show if the target has been met or improvement has been required. So this question's fairly tricky. Again, if you don't use Excel, it's a tricky one to grasp, but if you pause the video, rewind, take another look, have a go for yourself, it should get a little easier. Ask your assessor for some support with this one, because it is worth quite a lot of marks, this section. So last of all, I'm going to just put a title in this section. So I'm going to put target as the title, and that's the question, that section of the question done.